Hi, it's day 8 of 3 miles a day for 31 days. And today the podcast I listened to was Brendon Burchard. It was taking control of your thoughts. What was so good about this for me was, it's a good one. I stopped a ton of times and put voice notes into my phone. This one really had me thinking a lot about how a life circumstance can get you stuck in a thought pattern. He kind of talked about from childhood, but for me, what resonated was I have been kind of stuck and just at a place and have not really been able to move truly forward from when I lost my job in 2020. It was traumatic for me, and it created a lot of self-doubt for me, and more than I realized, and it took, just stripped away so much of my confidence, and I felt a lot of judgment around it, that people were judging me or thinking things about me or had opinions, and it just kind of ate away at me so much more than I really realized until I sat back to think about it. And we can take these life events and we can change them or pivot them or shift them so that they don't have to hold us back anymore. Just because something happened to you, you're not defined by that. And I was like, so many times, we know these things when we hear them, but we forget, and that's why this is so good for me, doing this challenge and listening to these podcasts and making that conscious decision to just fill my brain with things that are going to serve me, that are going to grow me, that are going to push me, because I have a lot of big goals and dreams for myself and I want to play small, but so many things from my past that are up here are keeping me small. I go up a little bit and then I pull myself back down. I go up a little bit and I pull myself back down. And it's just knowing that I believe I deserve great things and I know I'm capable of great things, and I get really close and then I pull myself back, right? And so it's taking those thoughts captive and saying, okay, no, this is the truth about me. And just because X, Y, or Z happened to me, it doesn't define who I am, and getting crystal clear on who I am. And so another thing he talked about, which is something I do often, it's journaling. And I think I would really recommend, if you're not journaling, to do it, because it makes you stop. And it's not just thinking, you're writing it down on paper. So it's an action, that you're taking an action. So many times I have thoughts popping in and out of my head. I'm a little bit like of a squirrel brain and I'm scattered, and it just comes in and out so quickly I forget. Like, you ever walk into a room and you don't even know why you went in there? It's kind of like that. But when you journal it, it stays because you had to put it down on paper. And so even if you do forget it, it's right down there. But I think for me, most of the things that I write down stick for me. So I'm really redefining what I think about myself. And I think I've really been able to let go that the feelings and the thoughts and the self-doubts I had around losing my job, and how I thought that 2020 wasn't a great year for me, but I'm going to make that decision to go back tomorrow when I journal again and come up with the positives and the good things that came out of 2020 and quarantine and the pandemic, because they're there. Like, I got closer to my kids than ever. I slowed down. I got to restart and redefine who I am and restart a business. And wow, what a blessing. Like, I'm in a really great place right now in my own business. And I have a lot of excitement around that, because it's going really well. And it's helping me to believe that, that I am really good at serving other people, and I really do care about them, and I want to create solutions, and I have the ability to do those things. So it's been really good. So reflecting and taking that time and writing it down. So it was really good. I highly recommend the podcast. So far, I've recommended all of them. I think they're really good. And I'm loving this challenge. So if you watched and you got any value, please let me know. I would love feedback.